After listening to this story, stay tuned for a preview of another episode of American Memories Continued.
As new dreams are born and hopes are lived, so too are American Memories Continued.
American Memories Continued, an original audio series, is brought to you with love and commercial-free by
The Fingerprint Community Global, moved by greater to believe bigger. Advocatus Ecclesiae Publishing, perfecting the distribution of hope.
and by the ongoing monthly support of friends, community members, and sustaining faithful partners like you. Our theme music, Proudly Western, was composed and performed by J. Mann at www.ourmusicbox.com. We're thankful and humbled that you've chosen to tune in regularly for your favorite episodes of American Memories Continued.
Not just stories told, memories lived.
Today's episode is entitled, Who is My Neighbor? Let all of your cares go for just a little while. Listen closely. Prepare your heart to be stolen. You now have a front row seat, and this is family time.
American Memories Continued begins now.
As I sat on the front porch, enjoying the warmth of the sun and staring off into space today, a small but important thought crossed my mind. It was actually a memory that came back to me. Something that I hadn't thought about in over 40 years. It made me think about the questions, how do you really help people? And why would you want to? Honesty, pure, spontaneous honesty. The kind that I received in the form of simple neighborly advice from the man who lived across the street from us when I was growing up in Detroit, Michigan. Well, I say neighbor when respectfully I should have said Mr. Howard. A cool older gentleman that used to say good morning to my father in an unusual way when they both came out to see about their lawns in the morning. There seemed to be some kind of unspoken competition going on between them, but truth be told, Mr. Howard's lawn looked much better than ours if memory serves me correctly. Sorry, Dad. Easy money. That was it. That was the unusual morning greeting. You see, they were both employees of Ford Motor Company and proud of it. Or should I say, they used to be. Mr. Howard was already retired, and my father, well, he soon would be. Why easy money? It was a poke fun at my father for the gravy job that he had. That of supervisor over the receiving checker department. When an inventory of trucks came into the docks, it was my father's job to make sure that everything was unloaded and accounted for. He directed the high-low drivers and stock handling personnel as to what was approved and where to put things. He didn't mind being called Easy Money. As a matter of fact, I believe that he actually liked the name. Come to think of it, I don't recall Daddy ever even missing a day of work in the over 35 plus odd years that he worked at Ford Motor Company. It would have had to have been a true emergency, that's for sure. I can't say that I actually remember what Mr. Howard did, but he used to be in active duty at Ford Motor Company. But from the clean and polished constant condition of his Ford Galaxy 500 LTD and his Sunday and special occasion only Lincoln Continental, I'd say that he did pretty good for himself. I'm thinking about the time when I bought my first car. It was a triple goldish tan Gran Torino Brougham, or as we used to say, Brougham. The salesman, whom I would return to through the years each time that I wanted to buy another car, really knew his stuff. And he could somehow manage to get just about anybody a car. His name was Reverend Norton. And he used to say that no credit was worse than bad credit in most cases. But he also knew how to help you build that initial credit. That, of course, was going to be what you needed. I did send quite a few people his way. When I took delivery of my first car, I was the man. And when I was coming up, even your neighbors were happy and proud of you when you accomplished something good. God knows we could use more of that today. On this particular day, I had parked my car in front of the house and was in the process of soaping it down when I heard this semi-loud but comforting voice calling from across the street. "Hey, young fella!" It was Mr. Hubbard. You remember him, the easy money man that I just introduced you to. He knew my name, but as I stated earlier, he was cool. So young fella was how he decided to get my attention. According to him, I was washing my car all wrong. And it was really a nice used car, but it was new to me. I do have to admit that what he said to me made all the sense in the world, as simple as it was. "Always start by cleaning and conditioning the inside of your car first," he said. "That way, the interior will be fresh and already drying if you've had to wipe it down with Murphy's oil soap." Murphy's oil soap was something that we used back in the day on leather and naugahyde interior. "Wash your floor mats in the grass," he continued, "so that it keeps excess moisture away from your carpet. Doing that will make it look nice and last a long time. Now when you do start washing your exterior, start by rinsing the top of the car first, from the top down with clean water." I won't tell you what I was doing, but needless to say, I started washing my cars his way from that point forward. You know, it's interesting. I felt as though I had just received some kind of inside secret information, and it felt good. "Use mild washing liquid, young fella." That's what he instructed me. "And when you start soaping it, soap it from the roof of the car down, and you'll be washing that machine like you wash a person, letting all of that soap help you to wash all of that dirt right off of the car as it runs down into the street. Soap your wheels real good next before you do anything else and before you do that final rinse. And once you've washed, dry those windows with newspaper and wipe the car with a big, soft, lint-free towel if possible. If possible, let the breeze and the sun help you to do some of that work. Make sure that your windows and your chrome are clean and shined, and then you're done." I stopped to listen to him, which only took about 10 minutes tops. And then I told him thank you, to which he replied, "No problem." Well, years went by and Mr. Howard passed away. He had advice for others growing up around my age also, but whether or not they listened, I don't know. He definitely wanted to make a difference in the lives of those of us coming up, and in his own way, he did make a difference in mine. I can't tell you if he wanted to be remembered for kindness, or if he really was seeking to be remembered at all. But look at the difference that just 10 minutes of his time made, and what we all have the power to do if we would just share what we've learned. What about if the person receiving the information on the other end would just listen? So, how do you really help people? One of the ways is with short stories of kindness like this one, and the hope of bringing the spirit of neighbor back into the hood. Why would you want to? Because it helps to build and maintain a sense of community, and if for no other reason, it's the right thing to do. If you're exiting the studio, please watch your step. For those who are tuned in, we now return you to your ordinary day. We truly hope that you've enjoyed spending this time with us. Our goal, with your help, is that the American Memories Continued experience grows to become America's new favorite pastime, serving you and your loved ones wherever they are. What did you want to say, young lady? Go ahead.
Make sure to become a fan and a supporting partner and listen to our full episodes.
Click the links below and follow us on Twitter, Facebook, Medium.com, Instagram, and YouTube. And don't forget to give us a thumbs up, leave a comment, and subscribe.
Give American Memories Continued to yourself or to someone that you know. Thank you for listening. Thank you to our veterans for all that you've done for us. And truly, we thank you for your ongoing support.
Until next time, God bless.
God bless you.
And now, a preview from another episode of American Memories Continued. A lot of emotion fills the air. People hugging, kissing, and crying. Just glad to have made it through the last 12 months in one piece and into another year. We don't know what the year in front of us brings, but we're praying that whatever it is, it's better than what we just came out of. Happy New Year! Happy New Year indeed. I never thought that I would have seen and experienced the things that I did last year. And to be honest, if someone would have told me at the start of